Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another episode of the NosCast, and I'm joined here today with my good friends and co-hosts and just family. I'll say y'all are family, and joining us again is my man Greg.
What is good in the hood?
And back again joining us, my man Stark.
What up, what up?
And not my man, but my girl. Everyone give it up for Yumi.
Oh, good evening, everyone.
What up?
And then we got my main man, Dragoff.
Hello.
And then join us behind the boards again, as always, a lovely favorite. Give it up for Christian, everybody.
What's going on, y'all?
How you been?
I'm good, man. How y'all doing?
I'm doing so good right now.
I think I missed the last one with you guys, right?
You did miss the last one, man.
I'm mad. I was mad about it. Trust me.
We were a little like, damn, man.
Well,
like,
I had a good reason.
Oh, what was that?
I was filming movies.
Oh.
I was working for you. I was working for your boy. So
Yeah. Shout out to movies. Shout out to movies. So that's what I did. That's what I did today. I went to movies. I went to the movies pop up over here in Red Bank. I made my reservation. Because them shits were like kind of selling out, I guess. Mad quick. It was nice. It was nice. They took one of the pizza restaurants that's over here, and they pretty much redecorated it to be Movies. If you're not familiar with Movies is the fictional restaurant that appears in pretty much all of Kevin Smith's movies. I want to say it's like their McDonald's, basically.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Franchise.
How's the food?
Bad food.
The food was really good.
What did you get?
I had a chicken sandwich called the Cock Smoker.
And was the cock smoking?
The cock was smoking. I don't want to. I should never said that.
You walked right into that one.
Did you get that cock meat
That
in your
cock
mouth?
was delicious. Yes, I had cock meat. I had a cock meat sandwich.
Was it extra mayo?
Did you swallow?
I did swallow. It was very chewy. I'm not. No. Okay, no.
You just roll into it now
right.
at this point.
But it was.
we have audio proof of
It's
this
been
now.
clipped already.
I know. It's like damn. Like it was delicious. Shouldn't have. All right, but it was good. It was good. It was a chicken sandwich, nice and crispy, juicy, barbecue sauce and sautéed onions and pickles and
All the words.
mayo,
All the
and
words.
tomatoes. It was delicious. Cock meat, cock smoke. I think of some of the other names on the menu. Chris, you remember some of them?
Yeah, Mega Movie Muffin.
The egg movie muffin.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was really the big. Oh, the cow tipper.
The cow tipper.
The cow tipper was the cow tipper was cool because it was it was using Beyond Meat, so it was like a vegan burger option, but you couldn't taste the difference.
That was the reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burger, I think.
Damn, I missed that because I just went to being plant based.
Freaking, they're still selling tickets. They didn't fully sell out. So like, if you find a day and then like, I think it's open for like another 3 days if you have the chance.
Yeah,
and
it's
there's
nice.
tickets available,
I sat
go.
outside, ate my sandwich, enjoy. They got like a nice big float of like Bluntman and Chronic, and inside they're selling like merch and everything. You get yourself a Movies hat, shirt, other Jay and Silent Bob,
Dope.
memorabilia.
you buy, like, a
This
ticket?
cool Movies hat. They're also selling in there. No, you just go on the link. I think I left the link in the Discord for y'all. You just pick a time that's open. You order your food right there and pay for it. So by the time you get there, your food is already, prepared and ready for you. You just pick it up, eat it, enjoy. So if you want a cock smoker, get yourself a cock smoker. Cock
not.
suckers,
But yeah, I'm mad because I just became plant based and I lost some weight. I went down a shirt size, which I'm very happy about.
Clap it up. Let's
Clap it up for Greg.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now if I get rid of these big ass hips I got, I'll be happy.
Man, you had a
But
good start.
I'm doing good. I'm feeling good, feeling better. being on
You've
this
done it
plant-based.
before. You can do it again.
I can do it again. I'm coming back. I'm telling you, by next summer, it's over for you hoes, okay? Jason Momoa, I'm coming for you.
It's gonna be a hot girl summer. What about y'all? What did y'all get into this weekend, today?
I've been using Duolingo, which is an awesome app for learning new languages.
Ooh.
I'm learning French right now for a secret project I can't really talk about yet.
Okay.
And it's
Is it hard learning French? I skipped it in high school. It was an elective. I said nope.
I mean, I'm already like able to speak a couple sentences here and there.
Besides English, what other languages do you speak?
I mean, my first language was Japanese, but I really don't speak it that well anymore. At the
Are you
gym.
one of the people you understand it better than you speak it?
私はたくさん忘れちゃったの日本語、でも私がわかる。
I hear you. I hear you.
I'm about to say Hadouken. Hadouken. Hadouken.
I know some Russian too, just because I grew up around so many Russian. Я немного говорю по-русски, не очень хорошо, you know. So it's like, you know, French is a lot more similar to English, but you know, it's a Romance language, so it's the same vowels as like Spanish or Japanese.
Yeah.
So it's not too difficult, you know, and the app makes it easier. So
The only French I know is what Method Man said in the ice cream song. Parlez-vous voici, mais moi, we see, we bonbons and all that good stuff. That good stuff.
That's about as far as it goes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Stark, what you get into? What you been up to, man?
So over the summer, I actually took a real estate class to get my license, and I recently passed the test to get the license.
Clap it up, man.
Thank you.
Man out here doing big things, man. He doing big things. Real estate license,
That's
man.
what's up.
How hard was it to get?
It wasn't as easy as it sounds. You have to take a course. Usually takes about over 2 months. And then you have to sign up for the state exam, which also isn't that easy. But I got through it pretty good. I studied and
just knocked it out one time. You
Knocked
have to
it
take
out
no
one time.
retest.
My
There you
man.
go. There you go. That's what's up, man. Real estate license. Big things.
Listen, my credit is messed up, so you hook me up when I'm trying to buy a house. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I mean, me and your brother are trying to find a spot right now, so if you can help us out and give us, you know, something on the price of our.
I'll scan
on
the market.
house, you know, because you know my credit ain't great. I don't know how his credit is, you know, right now, but I'm sure it's better than mine. I'm positive. Why not?
What's that score looking like?
It's below the 420.
Jesus, I thought mine was bad.
oh no!
I wasn't paying student loans at all. I was like, nah, they're not important. What are they gonna do? I was like, what are they gonna do? Kick down my door and force me to pay these shits? They were like, no.
Yes.
But all right, keep not paying. See what happens. I was like, you know. And now I'm paying for it dearly. So please pay your student loans, everybody, and then
just pay it.
Just pay it.
That's what messed me up too. I was like over 700. Now I'm like 640 something.
Oh, see, that's
Damn.
that's a golden number compared to someone
That
like
is,
me.
we're trying to aim for that. Like that's like,
Yeah, for
I
real.
have some tips. If any of you need some tips.
please help.
Well,
us
I
out.
just told y'all my shit score, so I need all the tips. Drag off, George, Jorge, my man. What's been going on in your life?
I had a bad week. I had
Did
to
you?
I had to wait.
no.
Like our AC broke down, so I had to wait the whole weekend. And
But it
the guy
was
still had to
it was
put-
nice and cold
It
this
wasn't
week.
that hot.
Yeah, it was like,
Well,
like
like,
65 degrees.
We
you
have
live
two
health?
floors, right? Me, I'm on the basement, so
I thought you were
was
gonna say your grandma died or
No, no.
something.
no. I was just stuck in the house waiting for this guy, and it cost $700 for the part itself. So I was like,
and he didn't show up. at
Yeah,
all.
he's like, we just gotta wait for the part to come in, but so you gotta be on standby. I was like, oh, okay.
It's still annoying. Like,
Yeah,
even
it's
though it was
still annoying.
cold this weekend, like that still sucks.
I know.
Because that would have been perfect for today.
Yeah, and then like upstairs is cold, and then downstairs in the basement they keep the heat, so I'm warm there. But I was just waiting for that part. all
So
weekend.
your house has inconsistent temperatures
Yeah.
depending on where you're at. You know.
Yeah,
I don't know about y'all, but I love the cold. I like when my room is like Hoth.
Me, I like a nice, cool, like 60 degrees in my room. I'm cool with that. I'm just cool with fall weather, period. Like, if it could just
Yeah.
stay like this for like
I
the
like fall
majority of the
weather.
year,
Yeah.
I'd be perfectly fine with that.
This
Like,
is when
don't-
I look my best. This season is like when I feel my flyest.
You know.
This is big boy season, man. We coming, man. You
Thanks.
know, this is ladies. We keep you warm in the winter and keep you shade in the summertime.
Thick thighs save lives, people.
Damn right, damn right.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Leo, what are you drinking over there?
This drink right here, other than the one that's not in my movies cup, I believe it's called Callow. It's a hemp-infused seltzer. So this is made with like CBD.
Yeah,
I wanna
CBD.
say. It's a really good drink. I'm drinking the raspberry lime flavor. So shout out to Callow. You know, you guys definitely check this drink out if you want to try some nice hemp CBD oiled
Make you
alcoholic drinks.
Make you
know.
feel relaxed and nice.
You don't get drunk. It's like drinking liquid marijuana. I
Yeah.
want to say, you know.
It's dope.
Yeah, Callow. I hope I'm saying that right though. But we talk about
Marvel news
No
yeah.
Marvel movie this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a single one.
for next year though.
Yeah, they pushed. So all the slate of the Marvel movies got pushed back again. Black Widow being pushed back to May 2021, and it's like at this point, I don't even want to see the movie no more. Just keep it. Just keep it. Just keep the movie. Y'all just if y'all keep pushing it back, I don't want to see it no more. Like
put it in a Disney vault at this point.
Yeah, like I've been waiting to see this movie. Everyone's waiting because everyone's like, yo, we want a Natasha Solo movie for so long, and we.
You got it. It's just sitting in a Disney vault.
Just play it. Like I don't know.
It's sitting right next to Walt Disney's Frozen Head, man.
Seriously,
that ain't coming out anytime soon.
Nope, no one's even going in that room.
Well, you know what I think happened? I think the Disney saw the numbers that Mulan did, and it wasn't enough, and it was like, we're not going to do it then.
Well, maybe if it wasn't a $30 price tag, it would have done a lot better.
Exactly, because that movie was not worth $30.
No, not at all.
That movie
not
was
at all.
garbage.
I didn't see it, but I did hear it was filmed in a lot of like Chinese like concentration camps and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. The lead actress is a Hong Kong police sympathizer.
Yeah, I did read that.
Not about it. I'm not supporting
that.
They blew that out.
I heard about that too.
If I want to watch Mulan, it's going to be the original with Mushu. God damn it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
Fuck the CCP.
Yeah, like I was saying before, like they're paying attention to the box office numbers, and Tenet in the next following weeks, the percentages didn't go down as bad, but the returns were still terrible, and people are not going out, especially when New York theaters aren't open yet. So they're now all these movie theaters are trying to play chicken to see who's gonna risk their movie.
Who's gonna go first? Who's gonna do it?
And then they're gonna keep on waiting and seeing.
Yeah. So we got Black Widow on May 7th, 2021. We got Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings, pushed back to July 9th, 2021. So at least we'll kind of get those somewhat back to back. That movie I'm pretty excited for. And then Eternals was moved back to November 5th, 2021. November 5th also being the same day that Doc Brown created time travel.
November 5th, 1955.
Yep, that was the day. He slipped on the toilet. And he thought of the flux capacitor.
He had a vision.
He slipped on that toilet because he obviously can't aim and peed all over that damn toilet seat.
Well,
because he said he was hanging the clock and he fell.
Doc
You know what? Yeah, that's his own fault.
Yeah, because Doc
He made two
Brown
messes.
is.
He said the porcelain was wet, so
Yeah, he's a ball of energy. We know.
what do you do? Pee on the seat?
What kind of shoes did he have on?
Probably like loafers or something.
He did the James Brown on the bathroom floor.
But at least we got one announcement because it said coming soon at the end of the trailer. What I'm excited for is WandaVision coming to Disney.
Yes.
Which looks really good. Looks really good. It looks like they're taking some inspiration from the Vision comic that Tom King did. I believe it's 2016. And that comic, just if you guys don't know, it was about like the Vision trying to have like a normal family life because he was like pretty much the point person for the Avengers for like the president. So he was trying to like have like a model view of himself for the regular suburban American, family. And so he created his own family. But his family started going crazy and his wife ended up killing somebody and then like hiding the body. And then he found out and just shit was just going crazy. So
Sound like it was written and directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
There are a lot of feet there.
No, there's not as much as I would like because they're androids.
Hey, listen, not going off topic, but feet is paying a lot of bills during these pandemics for certain people. So.
OnlyFans, baby, get it.
But are they taking bits and pieces because I know
Looks
they're
like it,
also
yeah.
I don't know, I can't blinking on that storyline, but what Wanda, who don't know Scarlet Witch, Wanda was having these not visions, but she was kind of creating her own world with her and Vision were living together and married, and
She did that in the House of M storyline. I think what she started with like no more mutants and then everything. Because that's her thing. She just pretty much truncates realities on top of each other until they make sense to her. So
she's
with the fact that
Marvel's reset button.
Yeah. So the fact that Vision being dead, because we see it in the scene with Catherine Hahn, where she's like, "Am I dead?" And she's like, "No. Why would you say that? Because you are." So I think it's pretty much almost him figuring out, because it seems like he doesn't know what happened to him. Like this reality that I'm assuming Wanda made for him is just like as if
Nothing
say like,
happened.
yeah, he didn't die during that final battle. He sees it that they won, and they kind of just went off and started living this happy life. Or maybe he doesn't even know that point happened, because it looks like they're showing stuff throughout the timelines where it's like the 1950s, where it's got like this Dick Van Dyke type of
the black and white
vibe, to it, and then it shows them kind of like later on. It looks like the 80s, and you even see them in like their original costumes.
They era surf, and it's weird, but it's like it's really interesting that the way they do it.
So I want to see how they're gonna do it, but that's what it looks like.
And I'm hearing that this is supposed to lead to Doctor Strange.
Yes,
the multiverse, because she's supposed to be in it.
Which would make sense.
Would make sense. This is going to connect to that.
Kat Dennings as Darcy is in this. I didn't know she was coming.
I didn't know she was in it.
Yeah. She's I've seen her.
She is so hot.
Yeah,
she
is.
God.
She's a nice hourglass figure.
You're saying that to a table of people who clearly agree.
We clearly, no one's going to disagree with you at this table on that one. If
someone did, I'd have some questions. I'd be like,
who hurt you?
Who hurt you?
Obviously, we don't even care about the rest of the show. We just want to see Kat Dennings back, But I like the character, though.
I like that character, but I also think it's an odd choice that I want to see how they make work, because she was mainly a Thor franchise character.
Yeah.
So for her to associate with WandaVision characters,
so I have no idea.
So does that mean Thor and Jane is going to be involved at some point? Like
Spectrum is in it.
I wouldn't be surprised if with these shows they kind of, because the Netflix shows, how they kind of intermingle their characters. So I think with these movies set after the MCU movies, we're gonna see a lot of these characters still cross over with each other, especially with Falcon and Winter Soldier coming out. I'm pretty sure we'll see something with Chris Evans in there at some point.
I think
Peggy Carter.
Hawkeye's daughter is supposed to be in that one. No, I'm sorry. She's supposed to be the Hawkeye series.
Yeah.
The Hawkeye series.
Okay. They might have canceled that though.
Oh really?
Because of Jeremy Renner. But that was rumored so far. But the Winter Soldier and the Falcon show was supposed to come out first, but they delayed it because Scarlet Witch got delayed. And Spectrum is in
Did it have something to do with
WandaVision.
Black Widow? I feel
it does. It does. I think there's a spoiler in there. So
plus, I don't think any of these shows are finished filming either.
Yeah.
So for them to drop trailers is kind of like it's kind of a risk, because they don't. I don't even think they know the timeline.
Yeah, but
I think Disney's just desperate at this point. They're just like, we got to get these numbers up. We got to get these subscribers up.
There's no box office right now. Like
at all. So they're reaching right now.
Yeah, WandaVision seems like it just, because she's clearly grieving, and then she's simulating her relationship with Vision through home life and through television. And like most foreigners, she's a foreigner, so most foreigners, when they first get into America, they learn about American life through TV and through these sitcoms. That's why it's such a heavy theme.
I think he just made a connection
there. So
Cosmic George,
we here,
man.
We here.
He watched the trailer through his third eye. We clearly.
Whatever your deal is, you need to.
But like,
tell me.
Like when our parents were like showing us TV, we watched a lot of TV Land. So
exactly.
So that
makes
so
that
like
makes
all that
TV
Land time, I was like, oh, now it's finally gonna come in paying for me for this show. So
well, because a lot of those older shows, like they pass the standards of the times, where a lot of shows now really don't. So a lot of other countries will air those shows over things like New Girl and shit like that. Yeah, which it'll still air in some places, but not everywhere.
I'm pretty sure, like in India or China, that Hogan's Heroes like the #1 show right now.
Wow. That's a throwback. I love that show.
Or like even like just like in Germany, like J.J. Walker is like their Michael Jackson. He's right under David Hasselhoff. They're like he can't go to Germany like Dynamite, The dude's like 80 years old now and fat. Like shout out to JJ.
Shout out to JJ. Another Disney Plus news for one of the other upcoming Marvel shows. They announced for the Cairo directed She-Hulk. show that we're getting. They cast what's her name? Tatiana Maslany.
I looked up this actress and I thought she was Russian because of her name.
Yeah.
She's like Canadian as fuck.
Oh,
Yeah, she's Canadian.
She's from Regina, Saskatchewan.
Oh,
What?
a place I've never heard of either.
I know a Tatiana who's Mexican. It's someone I follow.
I can see Tatiana.
I also know Tatiana Ali, not personally, but
Yeah.
but yeah, here's the funny thing about that casting. I think it's actually a great casting. I think she's a great actress. I was familiar with her before because she starred in Orphan Black. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Orphan Black. But I remember there's this because I'm a big horror movie buff. There's this horror movie that's really big in Canada called Ginger Snaps. I don't know if you ever seen it. It's like a trilogy. It's about werewolves. It's about these two sisters, and one gets bit by a werewolf. And the other sister's trying to protect her, so while she's turning. Anyway, long story short, she was in the second one, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was in the second one. And she has a history of playing, like, crazy characters. So it's going to be interesting to see what she's going to bring to the table.
Yeah. I mean, if they go that route with her being a little psychotic, but that's the thing with She-Hulk. She-Hulk was always, like, the more... Because the thing with her is she kept her when she turns into her Hulk persona, she keeps her intelligence, unlike Bruce Banner, where it's just this big
Neanderthal.
Hulk. Well, I mean that's not really that important now, especially what they did with the Hulk character.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I feel like, are we gonna have two Hulk characters? Because we know that she gets her powers from a blood transfusion from Bruce Banner.
Right.
So seeing how he is now, where him and the Hulk are kind of infused each other, are we gonna have two Hulks like that, or is he gonna? Maybe they're gonna use the blood transfusion as a way for that whole fused Bruce Banner Hulk to kind of like split, and it just goes back to one or the other now. Yeah, and now Hulk. Now she has that Jen and Hulk fused. Stuff I just picked out, man.
It makes sense. You want to fast track that.
That's just a little theory. It's just a little theory putting out there.
But you know what? But here's this is my question for the entire panel. Do you think Disney and Marvel's going to go the route in the comic where she stays in that form, or she's going to change back and forth?
She chooses when she wants to do it.
Because they could do that where she has more control over, unlike Bruce, who is just like, he can't really control it. Like, he learned to control it, but it's not.
That's the secret, man. I'm always angry.
Yeah, so it's like, is he really? I mean, I guess he's someone that controls.
So was Kanye West, but
But like I said, like we're gonna see Mark Ruffalo in here, so that's why I said I definitely see these MCU TV shows with all these actors that we see.
I think they're gonna definitely stick to the source material on this one. They're gonna see the mistakes that were made on the Netflix shows, and they're not gonna, especially with these actually having to do with the MCU. They're not gonna make any mistakes. I mean, this Marvel, come on, at this point. This point.
Speaking of the Netflix shows, did y'all hear that the rights officially go back to Disney? For like Luke Cage and all that. Yeah, because they were like, you can't do anything with these characters for 2 years, and 2 years was the 2-year mark was I think last week. So now I think that they're back in Marvel Studios. So
I
hope so.
Please bring those
we were
back.
left off with like pretty much cliffhangers for like all the shows. The only one I didn't finish was the last season of Jessica Jones. I have no idea what happened, but I seen
the same
Luke
one
Cage.
I didn't finish that either.
I seen because.
Here's the thing.
I like Jessica Jones, but that show peaked at the first season.
Kristen Ritter, that's another hottie.
Yes,
she is. But I'm sorry, but the show was still boring and long, and it was a chore to even get through.
The first season.
The
first season I thought was beautiful. I love the first season. It was the second season I thought was okay, and the third season I just was like, well,
didn't they switch up writers or something?
Yeah. I know Kristen Ritter. She was directing the third season too. I know, but and then Daredevil was consistent.
So,
season 2 was my favorite. Everyone would definitely love to see that. Iron Fist, I'm pretty unanimously no one cares.
Even if the second one was.
But I want Luke Cage.
Yes,
I want Luke Cage. That was my show. Was Luke Cage. I love that show. I thought season 1 was great until the end because I didn't like Diamondback, but we won't talk about that now. But other than that. Luke Cage was my show. I thought Bushmaster was a dope villain.
Yeah,
Cottonmouth was a dope villain. Spoiler alert. They shouldn't have killed him off early. I even thought I feel
that show was like 4 years old. If you watching this podcast and knowing what we talk about and you ain't seen the first season of Luke Cage, go unsubscribe. Go get out of here.
But yeah, I thought even Alfred Whittle was dope as Mariah Dilla. Like that show was just.
I love how Marvel always recast these people. Like Alfred Whittle, she first was in Avengers Ultron as like one of the moms or the parents of like someone who was killed during
Civil War.
Civil War. That's what she. Yeah, Civil War. She was in, and then she became what was her name in Luke Cage? Black Mariah.
Yeah, Mariah Dilla.
And then even what's his name? Marshala Ali.
Yeah.
You know,
now he's Blade.
Yeah, now he's gonna be Blade.
He Blade.
You know,
we haven't heard nothing from that movie in
not at all.
Not at all.
I don't even know if they began.
It's 2022 anyway, so
shooting it.
It might be even later.
Yeah.
So
you know,
but I want to say one thing before She-Hulk. They were there when they were casting. They were like, I want a Alison Brie type. And Alison Brie tried to get it, but they're like, "Oh no, you have glow, but we want an Alison Brie type."
Yeah, I'm not an actor, but I've watched some videos with some people, and they always like put stuff like that. We want a so and so type of person, and then even if that person auditions for it, like they usually don't get it.
Yeah, that's why I feel for people. I feel for actresses when they get stuck in a show for too long that just keeps going on just to try to get money, and they want to get out.
I can see Alison Brie definitely though in that role. Now I think about it. Like,
one of my favorite stories of actors auditioning for a role that they should automatically kind of have is Winston, the guy who plays Winston Zedmore, Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
He auditioned to play Winston on the real Ghostbusters cartoon, and they were like, "Nah, we're gonna go with
Arsenio Hall."
Arsenio Hall.
You know what?
So
you know what, Christian? You just inspired me about something. We're gonna talk after the podcast. You just inspired me with that.
Okay, glad to know.
Let's hit up Arsenio Hall.
You know who was supposed to play She-Hulk that I was actually like. I was rooting for that casting choice to be true, but then they casted who they picked. The lead actress from Shameless, Emma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were thinking of her initially.
The little cute Don piece. I forget her name too. She a little cutie.
Emmy Rossum.
Emmy Rossum. I don't know if I'm saying
Rossum.
I keep forgetting her name.
Baby Cakes.
I keep forgetting her name.
She's so cute.
Baby doll.
She is just
so cute.
She is cute as a
I think we're pretty much running through our Woman Crush Wednesdays as we go along.
It's just happening now.
It's happening now.
Kat Dennings, Emmy Rossum, and who we said somebody else?
Kristen
Ritter.
Kristen Ritter. Somebody will come up next, I'm sure.
Rosario Dawson.
Beautiful. And we again, if they bring back those Netflix shows, we'll be able to see her because she was in all of them.
Yeah, she was the link pin.
She was the glue that held everything together.
Night Nurse.
Yes.
Night Nurse.
What else is going on? And some gaming news. Microsoft made a big, giant 7.5 billion purchase of, I think, was that the head company? I think it was Zenny Media. But under them is Bethesda. So basically, the big purchase was the game company Bethesda. Bethesda makes the Fallout games, Dishonored, the Quake series, Doom.
Wow.
I'm probably Fallout. They make all the Fallout games.
Oh, so they made over like a fat rat on this one.
Yeah, they acquired all that. So it looks like potentially in the future that these Bethesda titles may more than likely will be Microsoft exclusives. At this point, they still got a couple of games coming out on PS4 and all that, or PS5. And PS4, I'm sure.
That's probably gonna be it.
Yeah, and that's it. Like the ones they announced, like Deathloop. I know Bethesda made that game, and that was shown off at the PS5 press conference that they did the other week.
That's the game on PlayStation.
But yeah, I guess Microsoft was just like, yo, because they think they lack in exclusives. They like anytime someone asks me about an Xbox exclusive, I can only think of Halo, Gears of War,
and then after that, you're just like,
like that's really it.
Yeah, that's it.
So they was just like,
this was a big move and purchase for Microsoft, especially now that we're about to get back in these console wars again. So this was a good move on their part to get these exclusives.
I'm hoping that this $7 billion goes into like the development of these games, because I like Bethesda games, but they all been looking the same for like the past 10 years. Just other ones just look more shinier than the next game. So if they could just fund that money into like a new engine, so Bethesda games can look not just like a polished version of what they put out before,
laminated version.
Yeah, basically. So
it's the same thing but shinier.
That's literally it. Like Dishonored looks exactly like Outer Worlds, and like there's really no difference between them two other than like what the games are about. But they look exactly the same graphically. So I'm hoping that please put a couple $1 billion into a new engine for these damn Bethesda games.
We need something new.
Yeah, for real.
What in your humble opinion to the panel here, which console system has the better exclusives?
Right now,
not just right now, like in your opinion.
Yeah. I think PlayStation. I think Sony always usually takes it with having better exclusives, in my opinion.
Yeah,
they like the God of Wars.
Yeah, they got my money with Spider-Man.
Xbox, they don't.
Yeah. But with this purchase, they have all Western RPGs now, and they bought
the Fallout series, the Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls, big one. Doom, yeah. They bought Minecraft for $2 billion before, but that's still on everything. But they're just taking, I think, a little more of the cut. So they said that Fallout and stuff like some of the bigger games will still be on all consoles. But it'll just help them. I think they bought it for like the Halo series, like. They want some Bethesda people to make different type of Halo games.
Different type of Halo games?
Because they're trying to do the Mario thing where it's like, you get the main Halo game, you get a RPG version of it, or a party, not a party game version, but
because they've tried stuff like that before.
OTS,
what was it, Halo Wars or
Halo,
all that good stuff.
Halo Wars is still...
I never played it, so I can't tell you if it was trash or not, or if I thought it was trash or not.
Oh, can I mention something? I don't know if you have this in our outline agenda, but Metal Gear Solid is going to get remade.
I read the article. I seen that Metal Gear Solid, and Metal Gear Solid 2 were going to be ported over to the new consoles, which I'm fine with. I don't mind buying those games again for like the 15th time because I love the Metal Gear series, especially the third game. They could release the third game right now again, and I'll still buy it, even though it's currently on my Xbox One right now. Really, that's just how much I love the Metal Gear series, especially the third game. If you ain't played the third game,
was that Snake Eater?
Snake Eater.
That was Snake
the
Eater.
Third game, the best in the series.
Snake Eater.
Beautiful game. They announced PS5 backwards compatibility. About
99%,
which is pretty much all the PS4 games,
except for the trash.
What is that 1%?
What's the 1%?
What is the 1%?
Like, what is the 1% of PS4 games that won't work?
What,
like,
Dead or Alive 3?
That Burger King game.
That one we couldn't quite get on.
There's a Burger King PlayStation game.
It was.
Probably something like Goat Simulator.
Oh my god.
Everybody gonna be like, damn, that one game. We want a fucking Goat Simulator.
I've been waiting for that, man.
No, it's definitely Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, you missed that's what we talked about. That was last episode.
That was last episode.
Yeah, we talked about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Shit.
Yeah.
I gave him like the brief rundown of what, like, you know,
the lore and shit.
Yes.
Even the episode before that too.
Yeah. It's a great game. It's a great game, and I only played the first one, and even when I was playing it, I kept freaking out. Like, anytime I knew one of the animatronics was coming in, I'm like, shit! Ah, no!
Have you played the VR version of that game? Because it's fucked.
Hell no.
I know.
Because like playing the VR, I didn't know the animatronics are way bigger than you thought they were. I was like, oh shit! Like I don't know if they just supposed to be that big, or are you supposed to be a kid, but I know in VR you're an adult. So it's like, okay, no, these animatronics are big as shit. Like, what kid would actually want to go to this damn restaurant with these 7-foot animatronics? Like,
I mean, we did
that.
It was called Chuck E.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Listen,
but they stayed stationary and just,
yeah,
played the drums, strum the guitar, played the keyboard.
They kind of just opened their mouths, and moved their arms,
and that was it. They didn't leave the stage. With Five Nights at Freddy's, the whole thing is these are roaming animatronics. They walk around. They have a free roaming mode that they leave on for whatever reason at nighttime.
Who in that world thought that was a good fucking idea? Like,
they're like, you know what these animatronics need? Exercise. That's what they need. They need to get their fat asses and walk around this building. That's what they need. Like, who was the psycho that thought that was a great idea?
And then let's
name
put a
was
security
William
night
Afton.
guard.
Apparently, his name was William Afton.
Yo,
I don't see the fire.
I'm having flashbacks to that episode, the last one I was on, where we had that long ass joke about the boy.
Oh man, yes.
Yeah.
That was too funny. Because like I said, that was like all these upcoming like movies, and I'm just like, I'm excited for The Boy now because it's gonna be more funny watching that movie after the version that we wrote. It's not gonna be a good movie, but it's gonna be better. Knowing that, okay, like
we gotta write the Wayans Brothers version.
We have no choice.
It's not the boy, it's the kid.
Yeah.
If you listen, I feel like I should write that.
If you write it, I'll produce it.
The BOI.
Let's do it.
The Boy.
Because that movie freaking sucked. Okay, I saw that in the theaters. Okay, I can't get my money back. Okay, I was upset. I was thinking like, oh, I like killer dolls, and I'm like, wow, this doll seems really entitled and lazy. Like at least Chucky put in work, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's some douche behind the wall. It's like, really?
I don't. If a horror movie's PG-13, I don't bother paying money to it because more than likely it's not gonna be good.
I'm gonna agree with you to a certain extent. I do believe that, but there was one horror film that was PG-13 that I really did enjoy, and that was Drag Me to Hell.
Really?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen it.
Damn, she was like,
but here's the thing. That's the one Sam Raimi did, right? But I've always heard that was a good movie.
It was a good movie. It was for a PG-13 horror film because it didn't have gore in it or a lot of blood, but it was a really, really, really good film.
You didn't like
I couldn't stop laughing when they do the part where she has like the old lady who does like some weird ritual.
Oh yeah, the gypsy woman that puts the yeah.
And then there's like fire everywhere, and there's like a goat, and the goat.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's the thing. If I don't know if you're familiar with Sam Raimi's horror films, where he did like Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, that scene, like those type of scenes are very true to his style in horror. Like there are scenes. A lot of scenes like that in Evil Dead 2.
You won't get it if you're not a Sam Raimi.
Yeah, you gotta be a Sam Raimi fan. You gotta be a Sam Raimi fan. Like that goat scene was hilarious, but I also loved it.
And there's a fucking goat there and fire, and the gypsy lady is like blah, 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 blah. She's like speaking some weird language, and it's just like I was like, am I supposed to be scared right now? Like, this is just weird.
I think that's what they were going for.
That's what they were going for, yeah.
I'm not even scared right now. This is just strange.
And what I love about that film, too, I love the ending because you could tell Sam Raimi went with, like, that classic John Carpenter not happy ending where you're thinking, like, oh, okay, she, defeated the witch, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you find out that it was the wrong coin. You're like, she's screwed. He got dragged to hell. And I remember watching it in the theaters. I was like, oh, well, I'll be damned. Oh. And what's so weird too? Like, that film, it's like, because there's another film, well, not similar to it, but I don't know if you've ever seen Stephen King's Thinner.
Yes.
Yeah, you've seen that and watching Drag Me to Hell. Don't mess with gypsies. That's all I got to say. Don't mess with old lady. Did you get that? No.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of horror movies. There's always like those same tropes that you don't do. Don't move to a new house that was built on an ancient Indian
burial ground.
Don't mess with an old gypsy. If the old crazy man says
don't go in there, that
lake is cursed or whatever, don't go. I don't care how good your vacation you've been souped up for. Just don't.
What was that? Pet Cemetery, the original. He's like the original. I forget remember the old man. That was a guy. I forget the actor's name, but he played Hermie Munster on the Munsters. I just love the way he talked. He's like, sometimes Dad is better. Sometimes you have to just leave things better. I'm like, why is he talking so weird? But yeah, like you don't.
Fine acting.
Don't. And also too, if you're black, don't hang out with crazy white people. You're gonna die.
No, don't fall down. Don't say I'll be back. Don't have sex. Don't do drugs.
Don't try to shoot the fade with Jason Voorhees because you'll lose.
Just don't try to fight the killer. Period.
There's some movies where you're just cursed because I don't know if you guys ever saw this really old scary movie. Well, not really old, but it came out in around 2007. It's called Dead Silence, and the family was just cursed.
Oh, the puppet? Yeah, that was good. I seen that.
I really liked that movie. And but the family was cursed, so you can't really do anything about that. I mean, if you're born into that.
That's because there's another horror movie trope where it's just like there's always some grandma way back who wanted to make a deal with Satan to be rich or whatever. And
Satan was like, "Screw you, lady,"
because that was in
Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal Activity. Yeah. They did that. The one with Samara Weaving.
The fucking
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not. I was about to say The Babysitter, but no.
Yeah.
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not.
Yeah.
And there's probably another one that I can't think of, where someone's grandma from way back in the day fucked the family. Hereditary was another one. Yep. Yeah. That's another common trope. The grandma fucks it up for everyone. Like,
it's in the name.
That never happens in black families. You don't see Medea out there making deals with the devil. Okay, Big Mama
from Soul Food ain't do that shit.
Big Mama ain't, because they believe in Jesus and the good Lord. And Christians, they don't believe. That's what they believe. It's always you talk to people. What's going on?
Yeah. What's up? They was trying to take the shortcut. It's like, I could work, save up, or maybe invest in a company, some stock, start a business. Fuck all that. We can open up this book on the occult. Summon some demon called Veldor, and now my family's fucked. And if we don't complete this ritual by the time the firstborn son in 15 years, then we're all fucked and going to hell. So.
Yeah, and I see if my family was in that predicament, I'd be like, wait a minute, why I got to pay for the sins of I wasn't there.
I had nothing to do
with this. Technically, I'm adopted, so I really ain't got shit to do with this.
Yeah, like in Dead Silence, the guy finds out about the curse like years later when it kills his wife, and he's just like, I had nothing to do with this.
That's so sad.
Yeah, you know what was crazy about that film, Dead Silence? You brought it up. I remember, if you haven't seen it, folks, too bad. When he goes back to town to make arrangements for his dead wife.
Yeah,
I was like, how did he not find it strange that nobody lived in that town?
Yeah, there was no one there.
Nobody lived in that town. I was like, wow, this is it's
real quiet out here.
Quiet, like, what is this?
Guess everybody
like that should have been like
a lot of homebodies here, huh?
And also don't go
traffic. Love
and don't go into cemeteries that have a thick fog. That's not a good look.
I don't know. I've never seen that. That's another thing in like all horror movies. Every cemetery has this thick ass mist and fog going around. Like even in like the Goosebumps show, they did that anytime they were ever at a cemetery.
Who has a fog machine?
Thriller had the same thing. Thriller, like that cemetery they went to had a mean ass fog machine. I'm just like
who has dry ice or a fog machine around like that? Like I've never been to a cemetery that was just like just a thick thing of fog, like just perfectly blanketing over the graves. Like
them horror movie tropes. You see them all the time.
Yes.
What the hell else is going on? The Emmys were they this week? Last week?
Last week, I believe.
Last week. And I want to say congratulations to my homegirl and sister Zendaya Coleman on her win for best lead actress in the series.
With very
for her work on Euphoria.
Yeah, very well deserved.
Very well deserved.
I've watched that show, and I'm a fan of that show.
That's the show I'm going to be starting watching next after I finish.
Good pick.
Patrol.
Good pick.
He watched it. He loved it.
So, but I'm glad she won. I've always since the show began, I've always heard good things about it. I've never heard anything negative about Euphoria. Is it on HBO Max? I have HBO Max.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so
yes,
all right,
she's
perfect.
the youngest actress.
Yeah, 24 years old. 24 years, 24. youngest lead actress. She beat out, I think it was Jennifer Aniston, a couple other old white women that I can't think of at the moment. And New York Post. And after New York Post, they put it as the biggest upset. Zendaya wins the best lead.
See,
like upset.
Upset. What? See now that. Now
the
see
New
that
York
was
Post.
Now see if that was a white woman, they wouldn't have said that.
No, if any of them old white heifers, they would have
said nothing.
Old
white heifers. On them old white leathery skin, pork face.
Baloney smelling.
Baloney smelling.
We getting canceled.
chain wallet ass.
Starbucks drinking, Target shopping ass.
Well, yeah.
May I speak to the manager, motherfucker?
I know,
right? Listen, we keep going, but
Yeah, I can do this all night.
Pumpkin spice, something.
Oh, they love their goddamn. I mean, I do too. But I dated a white girl who put me on, and then I've been converted ever since. So.
I hate pumpkin spice.
I love
The reason why I hate it because after a while it started tasting like old Halloween candy, and it was like, ugh.
It doesn't taste anything like Halloween candy. It tastes
That
like
wasn't
cinnamon
pumpkin
and
spice.
nutmeg.
Yeah, that wasn't pumpkin spice.
You had like some knockoff pumpkin spice.
You went to the store and it was like, "This is pumpkin spice, right?" Oh, you. Here you go. Oh, that was quick.
It's yellow.
Yes,
like
I made it
pumpkin.
myself. It's natural, baby.
I don't need this. I don't need this from you guys.
Jesus.
I've had different pumpkin spice, and the consensus stays the same. I don't like it.
Don't trust discount pumpkin spice, Greg.
I'm
You're
telling
a
you,
hater.
that store clerk with. Oh, you want pumpkin spice?
You look like the type that prefer pumpkin
You look like
spice.
this. Here it is.
You look like you prefer
that
pumpkin
was so
spice over sweet
fast.
potato pie.
Oh.
You look like you prefer
Them fighting
pumpkin
words.
spice, pumpkin pie over sweet potato pie.
And in this corner, we have pumpkin spice.
I didn't date her that long. I didn't date the white girl that long. Like, relax.
No, I can't lie. There was.
Wear Uggs all the time.
And I would hear that all the time. Like,
Thing-
You admitted that on the air? You okay?
We're not
it was,
editing that.
it was a
either.
couple of years ago, but I'm fine with it.
That's recent as hell.
He got that.
You've recovered.
He got that
Years
this
on me,
morning.
too.
I have recovered.
That was his breakfast this morning.
I will say there's only one pumpkin spice thing that I like, and it's that stupid pumpkin spice muffin at Wawa. That shit's
Wawa.
delicious.
Oh, you talking about the one that from Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah, it's probably from Dunkin' Donuts.
Probably same
that they
thing.
poured over.
Oh,
But
hey,
it's
y'all
so
got any
good.
more? We kind of ran out. Yeah, sure, we got you.
Probably back there like.
But yeah, Zendaya, she is a nice little pumpkin spice herself too. We gonna keep going on with our woman crush, Wednesdays
It
with
never
episodes,
ends.
Never
But,
ends.
Hey, I'm proud that she got this win. This was a win for all of us.
Yes.
I feel so. Shout out to baby girl Zendaya.
Cheers.
Yumi, what you been watching, or what you plan on watching?
Like I said, I've been learning French right now for a secret project, so I've been watching a lot of like French movies, and I watched 2 movies that I liked a lot recently. One was called MILF, which was like, it's a French comedy, and it was like about these 3 like single like older women. They meet like these young guys. It's really funny.
The title paints the picture from the
It's
get-go.
self-explanatory.
Yeah.
I was caught by the name itself.
Has it helped you with learning the language with watching the films?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah,
And this is a foreign.
absolutely.
This is foreign. This is all in French.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
It's funny.
Yeah, there's another show like this, right?
It's funny you mentioned French. Now I don't know. I think this is French. I think I'm
It's
probably wrong,
definitely
but
not- it's
I'm probably
definitely-
wrong.
Definitely
Yeah,
not
most-
French.
But I think it's French.
What is it?
It was just like this class. It's like considered like a big classic film. Matter of fact, if you know The Critic, the cartoon show, they always did a parody of it. It was a old French film about this little boy that had a friend that was a red balloon. It was a red balloon. Now here's the thing. I actually watched this. I had to watch this in high school. And now it seems silly. I think it was made like, I don't know, 1930.
A balloon.
1930. I don't know.
Dude,
It
you're
is-
right
that
on
is
the
a
money.
French
But
film.
what really?
You're right on the money.
Yes,
1956
yes.
French.
Okay,
Yeah, that
I
is
was
a
wrong at the
French
time, but the whole movie, his best friend is this red balloon
Loser.
And he kind of is.
Damn, man.
But
You guys are dicks. Stop being uncultured.
What this kid do to you?
Beautiful movie.
Man, go meet,
but his-
meet some
but no,
a
here-
red balloon.
but no.
That shit can easily pop and it floats away. Then what?
No, but here's the thing. Hold up, I'm gonna tell you what happens. It gets real. It takes a weird turn, right? So the whole movie, that's his friend, blah blah blah. So he's going around town. Everybody wants this balloon for some reason, and the balloon is like a character himself. Now, here's the thing: when the other mean kids get a hold of the balloon and like they pop him, the balloon is like dying. Guess what? crowds of balloons out of nowhere, flying out of people's hand, come to like take vengeance.
No, wait, this is movie ending like a massacre of mad like French people getting slaughtered by
I want
balloons.
a remake of this movie from the makers of Sausage Party, and it's just about balloons taking over France. I'm so about this.
Killing people with static
I was
shock.
hoping it was leading to like this red balloon.
Vive la France!
I thought he was gonna say the red balloon led him to a sewer in Pennywise. I thought, when I think of a kid in a red balloon, I immediately go to that movie.
Damn, I didn't think about that too.
Hiya, Pascal.
I thought he was gonna end up getting his arm bitten off. Hiya, Georgie.
Alright,
what would be a
that-
French name?
That kid deserved it, though. Let's be honest. That kid deserved. He did. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why. If you're walking the street, I don't care if you're 12 or 22. If you see a clown in the sewers, it's like, hey, you want a balloon? I'm pretty sure you can be like,
Nope.
okay, dude, you're either on some meth right now or you're homeless. I'm not going near you, and I'm gonna
go home.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go play some GameCube. Fuck you.
especially a clown. That
I know,
has a
right? And then
really
when I
good
come
forehead.
back, he's still there. You're just gonna see a shotgun going into the fucking sewer.
Yeah, there's no way you can convince me.
2 minute movie right there.
There's a circus down there in the sewer. Like,
I don't
makes
feel
no
like
sense.
Pennywise would use a gun. I feel like he's really into slow.
No.
torture.
I'm shooting
Him
him.
using the
That's
gun.
what I'm saying. I'm showing up and
okay.
I'm
I
sticking
got
my gun
confused.
in the sewer and I'm blowing
Sorry.
his brains out.
Pennywise
And
enjoys
roll
what he
credits.
does.
That's it. End of the movie.
If you've seen that dance he did, he enjoys being a clown a little bit too much. I'm like, all right, dude, you're really
Well, that's what I liked it. If he's called Pennywise the Dancing Clown, and he's a clown.
I better see some
we
fucking
that, You better be
dancing.
dancing.
Yeah, he was.
I don't care if you Harlem shaking. Like you better be doing something.
He wasn't dancing in the original. I believe.
No.
No.
This
I mean, he was
one-
doing like cartwheels and backflips in that one scene when he came out of the picture, but I don't really count as dancing.
Who was more of a clown in your opinion, the first Pennywise or the second?
First
Like,
was more of a traditional clown, like very goofy, telling all those jokes.
Yeah.
Beat
you have,
Richie.
You have Prince Albert in a can, like doing all
Beat
like
Richie.
Yeah, so I think he was in more clown in the traditional sense. But like the type of clown that Bill Skarsgård was it like a Pierrot? Is he like that type of like?
I have no idea. To be honest.
Yeah,
You
he
know.
Peggy. I don't know, but yeah, he was more. He was more of that type of clown, I guess. It was a lot of European influence, and they also took influence from, like, I believe, I'm probably wrong about this too, the 15th century, how they dressed.
Clowns. Anyways,
Just look up creepy clowns on Google, and that's what they did.
I'm just typing clowns back in the day.
Well, did you ever see this horror film called Clown?
Yeah.
I did.
It's a-
the one where the guy starts becoming the clown.
He
finds
puts on
the
the suits,
the outfit.
yeah.
He can't take it off. He starts becoming. Yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah.
It's I think that's honestly a hilarious movie. I know it's supposed to be scary, but the idea of a red nose that turns you into a clown is the funniest shit to me. I love it.
What was the Brian O'Halloran?
Vulgar.
Yes, that's probably my favorite movie about clown. That movie is dark AF.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get into it.
Bop kids upside the head.
From In Living Color.
From a living color.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
Oh my god, I haven't thought about In Living Color in a minute.
Yeah.
Beautiful show.
I used to watch reruns of that shit all the time. They don't really air it as much anymore, and I'm like mad at that.
They do.
It's all on YouTube.
It's all on. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
But there's also you could go 5 or 6 seasons on DVD. Is But yeah, they don't really air it. They used to air it on FX like way back, and then they kind of stopped.
Yeah, that was like when FX first started.
Yeah. But even later on, they started doing reruns. I know BET was running reruns at a certain point too. MTV2 also then started airing the reruns for. I was just pretty much keeping track of every fucking station that was airing it. But anyways, because I kind of think we got like a little bit off topic. I don't even remember what shows I'm watching. No, I'm watching Doom Patrol. That's what I'm watching right now. I started season 1 of Doom Patrol. I'm about 6 episodes in. I really enjoy the show. The thing I love about this show is like the cast, like as traumatizing as their past are and as crazy as their lame superpowers are, they all have these personalities where it really gets you attached and you really actually get invested in liking these characters.
You give a crap.
Yeah, you know,
it's nice to see Brendan Fraser working again.
Yeah, because he was
always cool.
Yeah, and I love him. We haven't really seen him, you know, for a while, and then seeing him back in this, he's one of my favorite parts. In Doom Patrol, and also Diane Guerrero as Crazy Jane. She's probably my favorite. Like, if you think of anyone, she probably has the best powers. Like, just to give a simple rundown of the show, you guys don't know, it's to sum it up easily, it's basically like X-Men, but their powers suck. So their powers are all shitty. Everyone has a shitty superpower.
Yeah,
and so they're all like have like fucked up past and background, so they're not fit for society, and they're not fit to fight crime and like save the day. And they say this, they make, you know, this point that we're not these guys. We have the Justice League to do that. We need therapy, but you know, there's people like Vic Stone, who plays Cyborg, who comes into the picture, and with his character, he's very well known. Like the general public loves him. They all know him by name. You know, he's on YouTube.
He's the shining star.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be in the Justice League, but he has this relationship to the guy who pretty much helps them all in the mansion that they live in. Again, another X-Men reference. Oh, not even X-Men reference, because I think Doom Patrol came out a little bit before X-Men. So if anything, X-Men, that's been kind of like a thing. Like X-Men might have stole a bit of influence from it, because even now it's called that he's in a wheelchair and they're in a mansion. There's about like 5 or 6, you know, that he, you know, takes care of. So it is very similar to X-Men. But again, these are people whose powers are shit. Like my favorite, Crazy Jane, Diane Guerrero's character. She has a split personality, but she has 64 different personalities, and each one has their own superpower.
Yeah,
you know,
that's funny.
It's crazy.
That's hilarious.
It's crazy. Like each 64 different people with
sounds like my life.
You know, each person has their own superpower. So
she's from Orange and the New Black. Right?
Yes, yes, she was in there. Mm-hmm. She's another.
That cast
and then Matt Bomer.
Yeah,
like it's pretty great.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser in there.
Timothy
Matt
Dalton,
Bomer was the guy.
Yeah, Timothy Dalton's in it.
Mm-hmm. So you guys, it's a very, very weird show. It's not in your traditional superhero team up show at all. Like about the first or second episode, in order to save, you know, their Niles, they have to go through a portal, but the portal is up a donkey's ass, and they have to go into the donkey to rescue him, because the donkey is a gateway to a different portal.
Like up his ass.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
And
I want to watch that.
Ass up.
We didn't write it.
It's a very weird show, but I've been enjoying it a lot. So
okay,
I love Doom Patrol, man. It's a great show. And then after that, what I plan on watching, if I don't watch Euphoria, I think what I was gonna watch next, I was probably gonna start Lovecraft Country, or even The Boys season 1. Pretty much every show that we all named is pretty much on my list of stuff to watch.
Anybody watch Lucifer?
I have not
love
watched
Lucifer.
it.
That's a good fucking show.
I have not watched it.
Because it even had a crossover with the CW. One crossover with the regular CW shows from Arrow and The Flash. Right? So, but the guy, he does a British accent. He does it so well, and then the cast is so diverse too.
Is that what you're watching right now?
Lucifer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching right now. It's on Netflix.
Okay, it's on Netflix.
It's 5 seasons right now. It's a quick watch, but like there's so much going on that it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
So that's always good. And then as far as what I want to watch, I want to give Doctor Who a second chance, because I've heard great things about that show.
It's a show I've never watched. I've never seen a single series.
I'm a big Doctor Who fan. I'll be honest with you, I've been slacking for the last couple of seasons.
Oh yeah,
but I'm a big Doctor Who fan. My favorite Doctor is the 11th Doctor, because bow ties are cool. But yeah,
Stetson's is cool. I've watched it. I just fell off, but I want to rewatch it.
Yeah,
because I liked it the first time, but I didn't fall in love with it immediately. So I don't know if that's a sign that I'm probably not going to like what's to come.
You know what it is, because you started with. Did you start with the 9th Doctor?
I started with Tenet. I watched in a weird order. So, like, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch from the very beginning with Eccleston.
Yeah, start with Eccleston. It's going to seem a little weird, but, like, I'm saying after episode 4, it's going to grab you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, word.
Like episode 4, yeah.
But, yeah, that's it.
There's only one bad superhero show right now because we're in the golden age of superhero shows, and the one bad one is Titans, and that's in like DC.
I thought
You have to buy the
Titans was
DC.
good.
Well, compared to the other ones, I've seen a lot more people complaining about it.
I never started. I know it crossed over with a lot of the other. Is this the? No. I'm thinking of
Because they keep resetting
something else.
Nightwing
Yeah.
every season. Reset. He builds up to Nightwing. He becomes Nightwing next season. Oh, he forgets to be Nightwing, and then he resets. And I'm like,
Well,
but
that's
I
the
like
thing.
him as
The
Nightwing.
DC everything just needs a little bit of a reset.
I'm Batman. Fuck Batman.
Yeah. He said
I
that.
feel like
Yeah, I
that's the
remember
only
that
thing that
first
people
season.
remember from that
Yeah.
show.
I remember it had a lot of hype going in, but I guess I don't know. Was the execution just not there? Because since like the trailer came out, what was it? 2 years ago? A year and a half ago, maybe.
They're
something like
about
that.
to hit
I never
season
really
3.
heard anything about it since.
Oh.
You know, and I've been lacking on like DC shows, so that's why I started watching Doom Patrol. You know, but you know, and I've been loving Doom Patrol, but I don't know how it compares. I don't know how the other shows DC has lined up compares to this one.
Like The Flash and all that.
Yeah.
You don't watch those shows?
I haven't. I probably eventually will, but I don't know if they're gonna do a hard reset. Maybe I'll just wait.
They just said the end of Supergirl is happening.
Oh.
So it's her last season too.
Rip. No, I'm kidding.
What?
I don't know. What else? What else is going on?
Reading? Oh, you're gonna ask about what we're reading, or
If you want to tell us what
I
you're
don't know.
reading, because I know when it comes to comics and everything, I have
gotta
so
catch
much.
up, yeah.
It got to the point where I'm not even. I don't even care about catching up. I'm just gonna start from wherever the hell
skip
is
it.
going on. I don't care
skip
if it's
it.
the middle of a 5 or 20 part story arc. I'm just picking up from here because I fell back so much where it's like. It's gonna take even longer for me to catch up, and by the time I catch up to everything that's going right now, I'm still gonna be even behind. So it's just, I'd rather just throw
In
myself
some
into the
cases,
fold.
it's like 10, 20 years of comics.
So
Oh yeah, it's like just these long-running, continuous
Yeah.
things that make references to things that happened 10 years ago.
I'll
that you're like-
I'll go on Comics Explained and catch
Rob
what
Ford.
happened.
Yeah, I'll just go on YouTube or
Yeah.
something and catch up. I ain't got that. I don't even like to read. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll listen to Rob overly explain something. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, this is still the first issue because I
You're
like
ranting.
Rob, but he.
yeah, sometimes
Man, he be saying way too much. You just be like, say like you're talking about like House of M, and then like he'll start off, the first issue, but then he'll start talking about the creator and the writer, and then what they wrote like years ago, and then why it inspired this character, and then he'll start talking about this
they
character.
go in depth.
Yeah, he goes like way too. I'm like, bro, you haven't even told us what the main story is. Like, you talking about creators and writers and why
Get to
who
the
this
point.
character was based off. I'm like, yo, just spit it out already. Let's get straight into it. Why are we here? What happened? Like, why are there
I'm
no
here for
more?
the title of the video.
Yeah. So, and then like if you watch the whole thing, like he does it, it'll be like a 4-hour video for like a 5-part series. I'm like, Rob, what the hell, bro? Like, you just get to the point. So, I mean, I like the dude.
Yeah,
and he's
at
very
first it was
knowledgeable
good. Yeah.
when it comes to comics. But there's some times where it's just I'll just turn off and I'll go to there's another person on my watch. He pretty much does the same thing, but straightforward with it.
Comic story.
Comic Storian, yes. Comic Storian is more straight up. Here's the story. Here's the issue.
He reacts it,
Here's
too.
what happened. Basically, almost page for page. He does the voices and everything. Reads the dialogue. He's more straightforward with it. Where if you want an encyclopedia about everything going on, then go to Comics Explained. Like I said, it's not a bad thing, but I think he could.
If you
Speed
want to
it
like
up a
skip
bit.
all the rigmarole, I recommend Variant Comics.
Variant is good
Ah,
too.
That's one of my favorite comic book
Variant,
YouTube
I'm
channels.
subscribed on the Variant too. Yeah.
So I recommend
Variant, Comic Storian, Comics Explained, and I think that's my main 3. There's probably others, but I haven't heard
there's
of.
too
I haven't
many.
really checked out yet.
So, almost everyone here at this table is pretty much a creative type. Like everyone's got something they're working on. Maybe elaborate on what y'all working on at this moment in time. 'cause
Brings us to our next segment. What are we working on?
I'm just asking
No. That's, so, like, hey, like,
because I saw some dope shit. y'all are putting
That's what
together.
I'm saying. Like we working on some stuff with camp. Nah, so hey, start with Greg. Say it on us. What you got going?
Because I saw the scariest horror movie trailer I ever done saw before
what you
this show
doing?
began.
Tell us what you do, what you've been working on.
I'm actually joined the Peace Corps, and no, I'm kidding. No,
Shipping out. See you later, man.
We just did the final cut to the Karen trailer that we worked on so hard. Like I said, everybody, Yumi did a fabulous job playing the title character.
Thank you.
Shout out to Victoria Beale, who was in the trailer too. She was amazing. Leroy was on sound. Your brother was on. Jay Holland, our production man behind the camera, AJ over there. So yeah, it was definitely a team effort. Could not have done it without you guys. And to see something that I just an idea that I came up with to bring it to life was pretty dope, because it was like, oh, when I finally saw it, I was just like, I did that. Like I did that.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah. So it's going to be dropping. The official release to Karen is going to be October 1st. So you can check that out on our YouTube channel here. Also, you can go to our Instagram page, and you see all our links and everything up. So that's when we'll be premiering on October 1st. And I got a couple of comedy sketches that I'm writing. We just filmed one which should be dropping soon. We saw the first cut, and the editing looks pretty good, so I'm excited about that. And I also have something else I'm working on, but we'll get to that another time.
What are you working on, Jay?
What you doing?
Jay, who's that?
Who the hell? It was Jay.
Stark. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
John
no
Stark. I'm sorry.
That's all
Well, as
good.
I mentioned earlier on the podcast, I recently got my real estate license. I'm going to work on using that as a good source of income. I also have my own clothing brand on its way.
Ooh,
Yes.
tell us
Excited.
about it. Tell us
What
about
kind
it.
of clothes?
It's going to be streetwear.
Cool.
What's the
and
name?
It's called Prime.
Ooh.
Prime Clothing, and we have a whole Instagram account at Primates Clothing.
Dope.
And I'm going to be announcing a release date very soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to drop a lot more information as we go on.
Now, were y'all able to make some of those sample shirts?
Not with the help of Wallace, but but yeah,
Shout out to Wallace. You
but we
slacking.
were able to make a successful shirt. We know how it's done now. We had a couple of failed tests, but right now we're looking really good.
I mean, you should have put up pictures. You should have brought one. We could have held it up right now. This could be it makes sense. Prime. That's the first one right there. This is like
We'll definitely wear it
the
on
model
the podcast,
version. This is the kickoff. This is the beta.
beta test.
But yeah,
Got some
for
prototypes
Camp
bring
Nas,
them
I'm
on?
also working on a sketch that I can't say what it's about right now. Can't spoil the idea, but it's gonna be a fun one. It revolves video games, so it's definitely gonna be good.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And I'm also working on directing my own short film at the moment, so yeah, a lot going
Hey,
on.
man, congrats.
Thank you.
Does this one have a name? The short film?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
It's called Not Yet.
It's like Get Out, but not
Get
yet.
out.
Get out! Well, not yet. I gotta wait for dinner.
It's called like the Untitled Project, right?
There you go. Untitled, not yet. And this was what kind of short film is this?
A slasher short film.
Ooh. Like slasher. Are we doing slasher comedy or like how brutal?
There'll be some comedy in there, but it will be pretty brutal.
All right. Okay. All right. Looking forward to that.
Well, can I just get, like I said, can I just die like Shorty did in Scary Movie, get shot in the lungs and be like, you want to hit this? I'm pretty sure if I got shot in the lungs, I'm pretty sure if Yumi and I both got shot in the lungs, like, you probably
You'll
could
be
get,
like, yo, hit this.
you can get high off the smoke in our lungs.
I think you're gonna like how your character turns out.
Well, there you go.
What does that mean?
I mean, like I said, that like going back to what we were saying earlier with those common horror movie tropes. Like if you do drugs, you're dead. You're gonna die. That's it. It's over
crap.
for you.
Crap.
Well, shit.
Oh, well, hey, at least I
You
go
do
out.
drugs, you have sex, or just have fun.
Wait a minute, hold on. It's another. Well, anyway.
I mean, we can circle back to it.
Circle back to it. Yumi,
what you working on? What you got going on in your life?
I know you mentioned the French.
Yeah, I'm working on a project right now that I can't really talk about, but it is.
Just spoil
it.
Did you sign an NDA?
I kind of did. So,
okay, never mind.
No.
Did you like sign it, or did you just give them your word? Like,
say nothing.
I won't say nothing.
We
about
better chill out before a lawyer walks in.
Kicks down the door.
I can feel the lawyer already walking in. It's coming up the elevator.
I'll just say that it's for an advertisement, and it's in French, so I am getting familiar with the language. I mentioned I saw MILF. I saw another movie. It was called They Are Everywhere, which is about anti-Semitism in France. And it's really good. They've like this one scene where like this guy, he gets a call. He's like a big politician in France, and he's very right wing. And he's like, the Jews and the Muslims, they aren't respecting our French culture. And this takes place in present day, yeah. And so then he gets a call that his grandmother died, and he goes over to the house, and on his way in, his mother is like, I have to tell you something, before you go in. And he goes in, he's like, why is she covered with a sheet? And then he sees a rabbi, and the rabbi is like, oh, it's tradition. This is such an honor. I knew your grandmother very well. And he freaks the fuck out. He starts throwing up in the bathroom, moving his nose around in the mirror. He like loses his shit. It's great.
Yo, what's this movie called? I gotta watch it.
I was like, wait a minute, what is happening? This is a very interesting film.
About it.
That went 0 to 100.
Awesome.
That is okay.
It's called They Are Everywhere. It's on Netflix also. It's very good.
Netflix is bringing out the heat, man.
For sure.
I mean, with y'all being comedians also is like, and Greg said, the comedic things he's working on, like anything in like the comedy world, like going up, or like you doing on your own, like at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just I'm doing a lot of sketches with you guys, as you know, and
But you're also working on one of your own upcoming segments for the Camp Nos YouTube channel that involves a very popular character in the medium of comics and
of course,
video games.
We are working on the Harley Quinn sketch. Harley Quinn dating in quarantine. So,
oh god,
it should be interesting.
And this is a reoccurring sketch. So, tell us more about it. So it's like Harley Quinn's, trying to find a dating life, and
for sure.
But her dating life spans across different characters from all different mediums of comics, movies, cartoons, video games. Is like
exactly.
that? Okay,
that's exactly what it's gonna be. And I don't want to just wear like one Harley Quinn outfit.
It's gonna be ever changing.
Yeah, well, it's gonna depend on the person she's meeting up with. Like if she's meeting up with like Professor Utonium from Powerpuff Girls, she's gonna try to look like a doctor again with like the scrubs,
the original Harleen Quinzel.
Harleen, my name's Harleen Quinneth.
But
nice
still,
to meet you.
Still in the face paint and everything, but just wearing
just trying to be as doctorly as she
basically.
can.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see with that one. So it depends, on the date, obviously. So we'll see where that goes, and
it's gonna be on Netflix.
I've just been knitting a lot, making a lot of jewelry.
Did you make this?
Yes, I did.
Outfit right here.
If it's not obvious,
That's why I have to lose weight so you can make me a shirt, because it's gonna be a lot of yarn.
I can make you a scarf in the meantime.
It's still gonna be a big scarf. I got a lot of ways to go. I'm losing weight. I'm happy, but I got a lot of ways for you to make a shirt. I'm like, ooh, this is gonna cost extra, isn't it?
When I was making this, my friend was like, "Oh, is that for Pingu, my chicken? 'Cause I have a pet chicken." That's another thing I've been doing. I have a pet chicken. If you want to follow her on Instagram, it's Pingu Preach, Pingu Pre.
That is an interesting name for a chicken. Where did you get the name for Pingu?
Because and she was a baby. She looked like a baby penguin. And
Pingu the penguin.
Yeah, Pingu.
I remember.
The cartoon, the little claymation.
I remember.
Pingu.
Oh my god, why do I remember that theme song so well?
It's so catchy. I love the way they talk.
It's a trip. that show.
It's so cute. So I used to put it on for her when she was a little chick. You know, I've had her since she's this big. You know, now she's bigger. You know, but I want to bring her to the podcast next time.
I mean, I don't think my bosses would care.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be okay with a chicken here.
I would like to come back here.
Yeah.
No, I gotta ask. Well, I'll ask for you. I'll be like,
Please
hey,
ask.
Ming, one of our podcasters wants to know if they can bring a chicken on for the next episode.
I don't know. What if
Why
this
not?
chicken starts like flapping and freaking out?
She'll be fine. You guys are over. She'll be fine as long as I just hold her.
We're
She'll be fine.
contributing towards negative chicken stereotypes, man.
Yeah, as long as I could do the thing in the Zelda.
This
where,
is
like,
chicken discrimination
Why?
up in here. This is
Chicken
fucked
chasing.
up.
How old is she though?
She's about 6 months now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she just started laying eggs like 2 months ago.
That happened when you had Pingu. I was at your place. It's one like that. Nah, because anybody knows me, I do not like birds. I'm scared of birds. And that chicken started flapping, and I was in the hallway very quickly. As fast as I ever moved my entire life.
No shit.
No, you made me laugh when we were on the beach and she pecked her shoe. You went, Pingu, if you peck my Jordan one more time.
I was like, if you peck my J's one more time, there is a Popeyes up the block. There's a chicken shortage. So I
will drop
suggest
you off.
you tread lightly. You are very fluffy. There's a lot of meat.
That's my baby you're talking about.
Okay.
You just threatened to kill someone's child on air. You okay with that?
But yeah, I'll watch it for you. You could enjoy yourself in the water. You know, I got it.
Just for that,
Next thing
I'm
you know,
bringing her next week.
Where's she at? You just come back with a chicken sandwich.
There is a Popeyes around the corner from me.
Oh, nope.
That's it.
Hell, there's one right
Pingu's
across the
coming
street.
here.
There's one right across the
Literally
street.
right across the street.
Pingu will be here in spirit and in our stomachs.
And 7-Eleven.
Sure, it tastes delicious. Huh?
7-Eleven's, of course, well, I wouldn't eat 7-Eleven wings. Ugh.
That sounds like you're asking for a problem.
I had 7-Eleven wings one time, and it tastes like the truck. Like, I was like,
Oh, no.
what? It tastes like like, why does it taste like you've been in Cincinnati? Okay.
I had a breakfast sandwich from there one time that I don't know how else to describe this, and it's very specific, but it tasted like a vacuum cleaner.
Nice.
It took like 20 years off your life, didn't it?
It did. Like I'm still dying from it.
Like you're really 12.
Yeah.
Aging
It's a Jack situation with Robin Williams. Like, it's very very.
Asian rapidly.
rapidly.
Okay.
So what are you working on, Leroy?
Shit. At home every day, jacking off, sleeping. Nah. I just finished wrapping up this album that I've been working on, titled Roses. It's a mix of an instrumental and vocal album. I'm not doing any of the vocals on it. I got a few, my close friends and artists, to join in on the mix. It's a concept album. It's the theme is, relationships, love, lust, sex, and all that good stuff in between. So what I did was created like these beats that give off like that type of feel and vibe of like how I was going through with certain, people in relationships, and basically to the tracks that I gave off to, we got Murdoch, I got Nis Centine and La Brea on there. So I told them to, kind of just write about any of their experiences with any of those related topics. And
But
so
all
I
beats
found
by you.
All beats by me. This thing's all produced by your boy. I made it in my bedroom. I originally made this album 2 years ago, but I didn't have the foresight to back up my files, and my hard drive crashed, and I completely lost it. And then I had to redo the entire thing again. But I like this second version of the album better than I did, the first one. Even though the first one definitely has some gems that I would, still love on here. But I think
That breaks my heart, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think that's dope. That it's a concept album. I like concept albums because they tell a story.
Yeah.
So and then you're telling stories through do your beats, which I think is pretty dope.
Yeah, it's like that's basically my voice, on there, and then
That's dope.
so I'm looking forward to it. The final track list I finally finalized, and I'm just gonna take it to get its mix mastered and decide what I want for this album cover, and I will put it out there in the ether. It'll be on all streaming platforms where you can currently catch all my other music on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Google Play,
You everywhere.
Napster, and I didn't even know Napster was still around. But
wait a minute, it's still around?
Yeah, because I remember
Napster went legit.
Yeah. Because I remember
so old.
when I used DistroKid to upload everything because they throw it on everything, and I got an email say your album's now live on Napster.
Holy crap!
Napster.
Napster's still around.
Yeah, wow.
They went legit.
Napster. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, good for you, Napster.
I feel old.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Napster. That was remember Napsters and your Kazas and your LimeWires. You know,
Remember giving your computer AIDS just
Exactly.
to download
You-
one song.
I
you
think
ruined the
LimeWire.
family computer because you wanted to listen to Chingy's right there. You know? Now the whole computer has AIDS because of that one song.
I'm pretty sure LimeWire was the cause of COVID.
Yeah,
It got out of somebody's computer. Oh, so this is what computers been going through. Damn, that sucks.
yeah, now we know what it was like. But yeah, that's the project I've been working on. I'm excited for it. Can't wait to start shooting some visuals for it.
And
we got a few directors and camera people in the house, so I would love to work with y'all.
I
y'all
would-
visions.
I
you know,
would
you
love
know.
to direct.
Yeah,
a
yeah,
music
no,
video.
definitely. Like I said,
Because
wanna
I
get a-
can't. Here's the thing. I'm jealous because I can't be on the tracks because I can't rap. At once upon a time, I wanted to be a rapper. And here's the sad part. I was serious. Like I wanted to be like Rakim and Nas, but I was horrible. And I didn't even have a rap name. Okay, I just went by Gregory, which is not the best rap name, but it was I was bad at it. So
I mean, there's a lot of rappers who use their like Keith Murray's and your.
Gregory Hall, really? I sound like a lawyer. Just put Esquire there. And I can't rap. I want to be like on your record like this. Yeah, I dated this girl. She dissed me because I had a bus card. Now fuck her.
There's people who can relate. There's people who can relate. There's an audience for everything.
Oh, yeah.
Audience for everything. There's people who
Cindy,
can relate.
you peaked in high school. I still look good.
You channeling some anger there, man. You all right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, everyone finds their medium. Like you said, everyone's here is a creative type, so everyone finds their medium through, whether it's music, comedy, clothing lines, and then drag off. Tell us what you got.
Oh, yeah. So we just wrapped up the second episode of Subscribe Reviews, and
Check that on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's on our
Yeah,
channel.
buddy.
It's George's hosted show
Yeah.
or drag off.
Yeah,
so-
that's fine.
I'm sorry. It's like when people say Christian. I'm like,
When I
no,
say
just
Edward's
Well,
name,
because the
when I
name is so
say Jay
new.
Holland,
The name is so
it's
new. It's like I
What's
gotta.
Like you've
I've-
been saying Jay Holland on the show. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know he said it for years.
I think
but
that's what you
calling
meant
him-
when you said Jay.
I-
You
Yeah.
talk about him.
I did. I was thinking John, and then I said Jay.
Yeah.
And then
And then
then
when
Jingleheimer
I
Schmidt.
usually
Yeah.
say Anthony instead of
Jacob.
Wallace.
John, Jacob,
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
His name is only Jacob.
See, I feel left out because you have Jay Holland, you got Leroy Green, you got Dragoff, you Starks. I feel like you, me. I don't have Gregory.
Greg the Great.
The world's highest,
you
right?
need-
the
you
world
need, like,
highest.
a-
Yeah, I am the royal. I am your royal highest, but I
AJ
still,
the Juice Man.
he's the juice man.
But like
Which is
Christian,
another damn stupid pun. Like this kid in this. damn
AJ
pun.
loves puns. AJ's the pun man.
God,
The bad
don't get
pun.
him started, please.
But I saw a tweet from Christian talking about like this guy. He went through like 6-7 stage names before he decided to pick on one. And might have been a week ago.
Was I talking about someone else or was I
You're
talking
talking
about
about
myself?
someone else, or you're quoting someone else. But I was like, hey, sometimes people just go through different names before one sticks.
Yeah,
So you never know.
Not all of us can be Sinbad.
I just have the benefit of having a good last name, just straight up Stark.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and John, like that. Damn, that is like talk about the universe and the planets aligning, bro.
Let's go just wear the helmet for the entire show.
No, we'll see. Well, yeah, you think of Tony Stark, but I also Game of Thrones. I think of Jon Stark too.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't. I don't want to. And judging by how the last season went, I don't even think I should bother.
But yeah, the main point of watching that show was like during like the fan theories during the show, but like after I could understand. But yeah, we talked about after the show. We talked about the roadmap, and we'll talk about the Mandalorian next because we'll have a week break before it, so we could catch up on season 1.
See.
And then if anyone wants to swap in and out for the Mandalorian, because Sasha Banks is in it.
I will
like
be.
that.
That's
Or we
the
can-
subscribed reviews
Yeah.
that I will be on.
I'm a big
alright?
Star Wars fan, so
Yeah,
I don't
so,
even
yeah.
mind hopping on one.
Prove it right now.
yeah. So
What is a Mandalorian?
Who plays
because
Yoda?
I loved the Rebels and all that stuff. It was nice. So
You think I'm kidding? Who plays Yoda?
What's the dark saber?
He trying
The
to.
original Yoda?
He about to go Siri.
The only Yoda.
Plays Yoda.
The only Yoda.
Who
I'm just
created
kidding.
Who created the only two rule?
Only 2.
You only see? You don't even
rule
know.
of two.
Tell him to- He doesn't even know the rule.
The rule of 2.
Hell,
The rule of two.
Hell, tell us the story of Darth Plagueis. How about that?
Tell the story, Darth Bane.
Plague is the why.
It's not. We all know it's a story that the Jedi wouldn't tell you. You know. So
What about Darth Bane? What about him?
Darth Bane.
Exactly.
this is all new information. Okay. All right. Did you jump in when the new trilogy came out?
Yeah.
No, I watched all the original movies and the prequels and the sequels. I didn't watch a lot of those side movies like the Clone Wars
You should watch the Clone Wars and Rebels
and the
at least.
cartoons and stuff.
Those are canon.
But the main 9
We
movies
ain't
I've
even asked you
seen.
nothing about Clone Wars or Rebels. Nope. He said who was the actor who played Yoda. If you such a fan, no,
Did
you
you,
don't know.
did you
No,
play
yeah.
Knights of the
It's
Republic? You ever
Miss
played
Piggy,
Knights
damn it!
You ever played Knights of
we
the
saw his
Republic?
room. All that Kylo
Knights of the
Ren.
Republic.
It's
Amazing game. Great game.
Knights
Do you
of
know
the
the
Republic.
Do you know the planet? The name of the planet where they get their lightsaber crystals from? No.
What's the name of the planet?
Ilum. Such a big fan you are.
Do you know? Do you know the planet with all the?
What? Doesn't mean I don't have to pass a trivia to know that I enjoyed the movies.
Yeah.
Do you know where all the black Jedi's come from?
Where they come from?
Trick question. Doesn't exist. See?
There's only one.
It's
Only one.
It's only Mace Windu.
Well, there was one.
It was. Yeah.
And a fake out.
Finn should have been one.
Yeah.
Finn absolutely should have been.
I would be mad too.
I didn't like how they did
Force-sensitive
him.
in the Jedi. He
Yeah.
was wasted. Even
He just
John
talked about
Boyega.
it
Yeah, he
recently,
came out
too.
and said how unhappy he was with how they.
He was just there.
Yeah, I love how everyone that worked on those movies for like the first one was like, "This is amazing." Second one was like, "All right, some questionable decisions," and then the third one was like, "Fuck this."
Because even Days because I remember at first when they were asking like way back they were like, oh yeah, no, we have everything planned out, and then with the most recent interview with Daisy Ridley,
Yeah.
she admitted they were changing it along as they went. They were like, oh, they originally for my character it was supposed to be that she did have connections to Obi-Wan, and then they changed it to they kind of got thrown out the window, and then they were like, okay, maybe it's Palpatine, like, so like they wouldn't when The Last Jedi came out, they were trying to say that this whole Palpatine thing was planned from the get, but it wasn't. Like Daisy Ridley in her interview admitted, like they kind of switched it up every movie. They kind of had an idea, but because ideas got thrown out each time they made a new movie,
I
they
still
couldn't
have
stay
yet to
consistent.
see Rise of Skywalker. That's how little I care.
Oh, that's what I meant. Rise of Skywalker. Yeah.
This is a hot take, but I really think that The Force Awakens was one of the best Star Wars movies ever made.
It's not a hot take to me. I
then,
enjoy The Force Awakens.
I don't know what they did
enjoy
after
it.
that. I really
enjoy
don't
it.
know.
That's what I'm saying. I think The Force Awakens.
Why you
was
walking
amazing.
away, man? What's wrong?
And as a big Adam Driver, Kylo Ren fan, I really don't know what happened. He was good and consistent through all 3 of those movies, but
He was the
he
best
did good.
part of
I
it.
couldn't say the same about everyone else.
No, he was definitely the best part of the new
Him and
trilogy.
John Hamm.
Him and Daisy Ridley, I really liked.
Yeah, they're cute. I don't ship them, but
Yeah, I don't ship them.
People
I shipped them from the start.
oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
didn't.
Raylo.
They're literally called Raylo.
Oh,
yeah.
that's what that bullshit is. Oh.
But it happened in the last movie.
And then they bought Palpatine back for essentially money, like
For no reason.
for literally no
reason. They was literally writing the script as they were filming it. Like, oh, we need that next scene. Hold on, man.
Which kind of ruins Darth Vader's death to me because it doesn't feel like since he didn't really kill him. I mean, unless it's Palpatine.
Yeah, they
there's-
totally just.
Yeah.
They shat on the prophecy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new
they botched
trilogy.
it.
But there's
So
rumors
bad.
saying that he was a clone. That it just didn't make sense to me. None of it added up.
Again, them making up stuff as we go.
Yeah,
They going on
literally.
fan reaction. Oh wait, well maybe we could write this in somewhere. No, you ruined it.
He just randomly woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, maybe we can do this instead.
You know when I knew I wasn't going to see that movie? Does anyone know who Jeremy Johns is on YouTube? He's one of my favorite movie reviewers who loves Star Wars. Like, anytime something Star Wars comes out, he puts on an old Star Wars cape that he had from, like, his childhood to review it. Every time, without a question of a doubt. But he didn't do it for Last Jedi, and then he didn't do it for Rise of Skywalker, because when he started the review, he just looked depressed.
He had like a regular T-shirt on.
He was just like,
Yeah.
he was just like, guys, this is a train wreck. Like, he looked defeated. So I was just like, I can't deal with this. I love these movies too much. I just can't.
Yeah, it's a shame what they did, but Mandalorian makes me forget everything that we see.
There's drama in that too.
This
where
is the way.
the main actor, he wants to show his face, but they didn't want to let him, so he's off half the season. So
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Really?
They cut him. They told him to go home, and he's gonna.
You
want to
show your face? Go home. That must have been a bad day for him.
Yeah. Because like
Damn,
the rule
you wanna
of
lose
the
some
rule,
self-esteem.
the rule they set up in the first season that he never takes his mask off in front of.
He's
any
like, I just
want
to be able to breathe. It's very hot in this damn mask.
And that's the funny
I
thing.
just want to show my beautiful face.
Sweating.
You're
Sit your
fired.
ass down, Pedro.
And he's not in the suit the whole time. There's a stunt double in the suit. Apparently.
That's what I'm saying. So what is he doing?
That's a nice paycheck, you know.
Everyone knows it's
You knew what you were signing up for.
Yeah.
Did you see Boba Fett ever take that damn thing off? No.
You signed up for a voice role and you fucking know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the contract, bro.
I mean, I get it, because it's the reason why comic book films, a lot of the actors, they take their masks off, because once you put the mask on to the audience, you're invisible now. You're not even that actor, you're that character. But so I can understand that from an artistic point of view, but it's like, dude, it's a check. Shut up.
Yeah,
Job.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that was the point of that character,
keep
because
that
every
mask
time
on.
you see a character with a helmet, the first thing they do is, oh, take it off. Oh, my hair is beautiful. I lost my helmet
know.
all of a sudden.
I think he's badass when
never
he's in
seen a
full
helmet.
armor and everything. Like I could literally, I thought even in the first season we weren't going to see the face reveal. I thought they weren't gonna do it at all from the way they were playing it up. I didn't even know in that one episode that we would see his face. You know, so I don't know.
So was he really upset about it?
Yeah,
Enough for them to send him home. He had to been thrown at his.
because
He
He
went
has
to
a-
Disney itself.
Put it on. No.
He has the role of a lifetime, in my opinion. Like there are people who die to play that role.
You don't
Yeah.
cross that mouse.
Yeah.
You don't cross that
I think
mouse.
he went to the higher ups.
I call
He
bullshit
even
on that
jumped
face
ship,
reveal, by the way, because like they're never supposed to take their helmets off. I was expecting like full fucking beard, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it looked like you'd never taken a mask off.
Yeah, you should be
Yeah.
pale as fuck.
Yeah.
No, instead
you
you
never
look-
seen
Yeah,
something.
like
pale.
They even sleep with it on. It's
Shaggy ass, like no haircut, no
mask.
beard. Yeah.
Okay, I wore.
This is the way.
I wore
Bullshit.
I wore a Michael Myers mask in the sketch we shot this past weekend, and literally this part of my face was it just looked like I just drenched. Okay, like.
I mean, it was all rubber and it was like, stuck to your face.
Imagine
like
how the
blood.
actors feel like doing that for like hours of the day. You know,
12-hour shoots.
as soon as they take it off.
It's like now when we took off the mask now because we're still in the pandemic. You're like, you come out of like a store, you're just like, air.
Speaking of the pandemic and masks, I think we're gonna have a Halloween coming up.
No.
Unless if it's a
I
private
mean, it's a
party.
perfect.
It's making me
make 'em
sad.
wear a mask.
It's
a
making
perfect excuse to-
it's making me sad because Halloween's my favorite holiday and I love October, and Halloween falls on a Saturday this year, and it's a full moon. And it's daylight savings time, so we get an extra hour of partying,
supposed
and
to
we're in
be
the pandemic.
lit. What I'm thinking is, I don't know if kids will have a Halloween, but adults are going to have a Halloween. Like, there's nothing gonna stop them from going out and dressing up and doing anything. Because we already got indoor dining open up right now.
Oh, so this is a Halloween for the adults.
Yeah,
I'm
for
all
the-
right with that.
Yeah, but I don't know, man.
them
People
kids,
kind of
man.
reckless though. I mean, I've seen like places that are opening now, and I'm just like, yo, it is.
It seems like some places
have
have been doing good though,
Facts.
at least from what I've seen. Because I think if it got to the point where it was like 2 months ago, where things were indoor dining was supposed to open up on July 4th, but because of how everyone was acting, with the overly crowded outdoor places, that's why the governor pushed it back. He was like, "Nah, y'all don't deserve that. Look how y'all acting right now," and that's why we have it now. So I think if people seem to be doing good, and we're not. New Jersey and New York have been doing fine on numbers. California, I'm not too sure. It seems like every other day they just going through it. So I think if we with the numbers the way they are and the fact that they open up indoor dining to like a 25% capacity, who knows what it'll be towards the end of the month. I think all these establishments, bars and everything will still have a Halloween. As far as kids going trick-or-treating, I don't know if that would be a thing. I don't see why it wouldn't be safe
I could see
for
that
kids
happening. I
to
could
like
see
you're
that
just
happening.
they putting candy in and
Gotta wipe it
thing.
down.
They're in full costume. They're gloved up, masked up. So that,
I once gave a kid a slice of cheese Trick or treat.
Well, Uncle Bill used to give out like soda.
Yes, he used to give soda. He used to give out soda.
He used to give out
My
cans
uncle
of
used to
soda,
give
yeah.
out like cans of soda, which was dope as a kid. Like you think you're getting candy, but no, you got a can of soda. Like that was like
that was the best for like the kids who couldn't drink soda at home. Be like, yo, look what we got.
And it wasn't like Sprite or Pepsi. It was always like the ShopRite or supermarket brand. So it was like really sugary, really sugar, like pretty much instant diabetes.
Bag heavy. Yeah, damn, you must have got a lot of candy. Nah, man, I got this soda.
I got a 6-pack.
Got this grape drink.
And I always hate. You know what? When I was a kid, trick or treating, I always hated. It was always that one. It was always an old lady that always gave out sticks of gum. Who does that?
Was it spearmint?
Yes, it was. Like that was Doublemint.
Like it was old women that always give out.
It's like Doublemint and like Big Red, because Big Red that's what like old like church ladies chew. But like there was like Big Red. It's like ew. It's like those sticks of gum or like the butter, like like the candy that you
butterscotch.
that Big Mama
Old
give you in
lady.
church.
What's those like? Because old people always have them. They like the little. It's like I think it's a watermelon or a strawberry.
Yeah, it
like,
has the wrapping in there,
Yeah.
and it has like the strawberry, and it's always like down the bottom of your grandmother's purse, so it tastes like cosmetic makeup when you eat it. Like it tastes like foundation and lipstick. You're like,
would you
what?
say like the gum is the weirdest thing you ever got in the trick or treating? That's what I was gonna ask everybody. What's the weirdest?
Ooh.
Oh, I got an actual
strangers.
rock.
What's your favorite?
Actual rock.
Yeah, like in the Charlie Brown special. I don't know how someone did it, but like I was going through my candy one time, and I literally dumped it on the table, and a fucking rock fell out. I was like,
Unless they like you went to a house and they were unprepared. Damn, I forgot candy.
Just put the
Here you go, little man.
I told you I gave a kid a slice of cheese in the package. Well, it wasn't a kid. You know what it was? Okay, I did it on purpose because it was a grown ass kid. Okay, if you're like 16, just stop it. Okay, after a certain time, these grown kids knocking on my door. So really, I just gave them a slice of cheese and slammed the door in their face.
Mind your business.
Like grown kid, this going right.
Trick or treat.
Yeah.
What? How old are you? Take that mask off. Trick or treat. Full grown beard.
The thing I did last year, which was my favorite, I gave out candy to the people who actually had costumes on, and then I bought these. My mom bought these fucking seaweed wrap chips that she would hand out to the fucking teens who would come up to the door who didn't have a costume, who were just like trick or treat.
There you go.
And she'd be like, "Here you go." And we did that all fucking night. It was the funniest thing in the world to see their reaction. Be like, "What the fuck is wrong with these people?"
Oh, I once got a bag of chili cheese Fritos.
Nice.
Which is amazing.
When the chips get sneaked in, it's always a treat.
It's always. I mean, it make your breath smell like ass, but they are delicious.
I'm not gonna lie, that seaweed snack sounds really good.
They were good. I liked them, but it was
Well,
Now,
just
now you know
funny.
now you know where to go.
You got the
Come on down to Howell. We'll
I'm
get you some
definitely
seafood
gonna knock
chips.
on that door this hallway.
Yeah, I don't have any.
I'm about to say, Stark, you ever received
I don't have
anything
anything crazy, but
or
it was kind of
weird?
strange to me that this older lady, when kids were knocking on her door, she was handing out pencils for Halloween. And it's like it's something
Lazy,
I don't
yo.
want. Yeah, it's like
Lazy.
Here's your first shake,
and she's like,
kids.
yeah, literally, she's like, stay in school, kids, and I'm like, okay,
Candy for your mind.
That's a house that's getting egged.
Get at it, Granny.
But yeah, there was toilet paper around on the on the
Right.
bushes, but
that's-
I don't know if she did that or if that was.
Were y'all
Nah.
Mischief Night participants?
I was one time
on
Linden Avenue.
Not in my neighborhood.
In the
Yeah,
rap
I
in
grew
the
up in
rap
Jersey.
scallions that I got wrapped up with one time, then yeah, it was a little mischievous, but the weirdest thing I ever got, and it wasn't even that bad, but it was just strange. It was a roll of quarters. He gave all of us a roll of quarters each.
Currency.
A roll
Yeah,
of quarters.
a roll. I swear to God, a roll
That's
of
like
quarters.
$10.
I wouldn't complain though. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. I was like, all right, cool.
That's laundromat money.
Yeah, it's bus fare, arcade money. Like this works. This has multiple uses. That candy, that's going immediately. These quarters, I could use that. It was strange, but a roll of quarters is the weirdest thing I ever got. What about you? You ever got anything goofy, weird, strange?
Yeah, like, I don't know. This isn't that weird, but this used to be pretty big in like the early 2000s. They'd give away like little rubber like body parts and stuff, and, like rubber poop and stuff.
Like little toys.
Yeah. Like
I
rubber,
think I
like
got this.
On Halloween, I know,
like
I know all those gags.
like a tongue that got ripped out or something.
I I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like they're like squishy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that's like I don't really have like a crazy story, you know. I lived in like the village, you know, when I was little. So I got, you know, I was always part of the, you know, hanging out in the parade and stuff when I was little. So I've like good memories from Halloween. Everyone was really generous. They give full candy bars. It's like every single store gives out, you know, stuff. It's just like people are really generous, and the Upper East Side was like that too, you know.
Well, full candy bars. That's saying something, because usually you always get those
the
like
fun size.
The fun size, yeah.
The little mini Snickers, you know, not the big boy Johns.
There's this Italian place that they gave me like these cookies that they baked like at the place, you know, like a bunch of them. They're small, but they're so good.
See, that's the thing I hate. Bayonne does that all the time. It's like instead of everyone going house to house, everyone's on Broadway going stores to stores, like nail salons, pizza shops, hardware stores. I'm just like, bro, this is a whole residential area. These shops only exist on this one street, and y'all are going to all these businesses for candy when there's like, and I sit there and always buy candy.
Everybody does though.
It's dumb. I hate it. Like I didn't do that as a kid. It's not like Mom, we gotta hurry up. We gotta go to the mall. And you can't. No, we went door to door.
We gotta go to the Gap. Okay, they're giving out Kit Kats.
You know what shit they're giving out the gas station right now? Let's go. Like,
I don't know. Maybe it's a Manhattan thing, but they would actually put up like signs in the window, like we have candy today, or like Dunkin' Donuts. They give away Munchkins every Halloween.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's pretty dope.
Those are definitely.
You was lucky. You be like, hey, man, we gotta go. The store up the block's giving out chocolate paydays, and they don't even have that on the market yet. Okay.
About it, you remember next year, be like, you gave me whack candy last year. I ain't coming over here for your bullshit.
If there was like a mountain to climb, like a huge flight of steps, I'm just like, it's not worth it, because if they're not even home, like, what's the point of going up there? Always the best candy was the house that has the most Halloween decorations. Like those 100%. Were the ones. Okay, yes, definitely go into that one. So it's like
all those decorations. You can't be slacking.
Yeah, like you bought all of that. The fake web, the lights, the spiders, the tombstones, the
all out.
The fog
you
machine.
You better not give me some whack candy.
Yeah.
Was there ever a candy you guys felt like you didn't really like, but you felt like you always got it?
Candy corn.
Like candy corn,
the nastiest shit.
Mine was Tootsie Rolls, and I feel like
I
always
hated
did.
I
hated those.
Tootsie Rolls and those marshmallow peanuts.
Oh, I hated the marshmallow peanuts.
I hated getting Now-a-Laters because they're so damn hard to chew, and they get just stuck in like the back in your tooth right here. You kind of gotta like pry it out with like a fork.
Here's the thing. This may be the hood in me, but I love Now-a-Laters. But here's the thing. I've noticed it depends what kind of Now-a-Later you get. See, I've always noticed the grape and the nasty ass banana ones will always rock hard, but like the red ones or the green ones will always like super soft and chewy, and I never got that. So if you always got a banana, you were like, damn.
I used to eat them as a kid, like those sweet tarts. I don't really like them now. Like, you won't catch me dead with them shits right now. But when I was a kid,
I used to like all that Wonka candy, the Gobstoppers.
Gobstoppers are good. You know, nerds.
Soda caps. What were they called? Bottle caps. Or they were flavored like root beer and cola. Orange soda. Those were so good.
Those weird,
what was the super sour candy?
Sweet tarts?
No. It wasn't Wonka product. Yeah, Warheads.
I loved those. Yeah, Warheads.
Those are the candies I like.
If you want to...
I always got licorice.
Kill your... Oh, black licorice was the worst.
But I love Twizzlers.
I don't like any licorice. It's too waxy.
I was like, licorice.
I really like Kit Kats a lot. I think
Kit Kats
they're top tier.
Like all those cake, like Reese's, Kit Kats. I put like when I put those in like the fridge and freezer because they taste so much better when they're cold.
I do the same thing.
Can I ask you a question, Star? Yeah. So you like Kit Kats? Do you break?
Yes, I break them.
Oh, so you don't bite into it like a psycho?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who do that.
Yeah, I don't trust anybody that bites into a Kit Kat like that. You're not to be trusted.
Because it's like four. I usually just break like half. It's like I'll break it in half, and then like the two together I'll eat and on the other.
Yeah, if you just bite into like all 4 Kit Kats, you wear all black Air Force
I know someone
ones.
who does that. Going to school with him, he would get so much hate for it.
Yeah, he probably wears all black Air Force Ones. Like, ooh, that's the energy I don't want near me. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not big on sweets, But I will say I did. I know people like really. I liked Mars and Three Musketeers.
Planet Mars is cool. Yeah.
I don't.
I used to like those Three Musketeers commercials.
I didn't like Lemonheads. If you gave me Lemonheads, I was like, get out of here. I didn't like those. Like I said, candy corn trash. It's not that's low tier candy right there.
Rice Krispie
and it's also
treats.
left. Yes, there would be people that would give out Rice Krispie treats.
What's wrong with that? They're
Nothing. No, I
delicious.
loved that shit.
Yeah.
But I had someone on my block who would make homemade ones.
That's weird.
It was weird, but it was Fruity Pebbles Rice Krispie treats.
That's even weirder.
They were
That's even
delicious.
better.
Yeah, there was
That's
colored
even
ones.
better.
They were delicious.
That's that diabetes special right there. Boy. That's that instant. Ooh, that's that insulin special. That's the sugar.
I can understand the weirdness though, because the homemade
it
it's
sounds
like.
delicious too, but
But
just
the only reason I guess
Yeah.
my parents were like, okay, this is fine, because when you're little, this is when they did it, and they walked
Yeah.
around with you. It was the one house that had all the decorations
Yeah,
up
yeah.
that were
Yeah.
handing out the best candy and shit like that. So I was like, okay, that seems okay. If our child dies tomorrow, it's okay.
I think I was lucky because
The decorations
I had a
were
white
nice.
friend.
The
and
decorations were
they
great.
planned out the route we were gonna take, and then they knew exactly where to get the best
Where the
candy.
best
Halloween
candies was.
tryhards.
But then yeah.
I was always that person. I was
Yeah,
like, I
they
know
were
all
just
the
fine.
best
They had the
places.
tier list of who gives out the
Yeah.
best
Yeah, like-
candy.
Mind your business with your try hard bullshit.
We're coming on the block that
called
gives
having a
this
plan.
candy. I was like, oh.
What time we
According
meeting?
to my
Okay,
list
we gotta
last
hit
year.
this house this time. This house this time.
Which is interesting.
Trump Tower would give away the best candy. I'm not gonna lie. They would give away like full packs of like peanut M&Ms, like, and they would
drink
just
the Kool-Aid.
reload it all day long.
No drink the Kool-Aid. that is very enticing because I mean, let's be honest, peanut M&Ms are great.
They're the only M&Ms.
Like-
I don't care what anyone says.
Like the
Plain
king
don't
size
exist.
ones and shit, like
Be like,
full size.
Be like, all
Anyone
right,
ever
man.
get candy apples? There was always one house that always give out candy apples. No?
I never liked candy.
I think I got an apple.
Sounds
but
too
not a
healthy.
candy apple.
That thick hard coating around that, I'm pretty sure that's not healthy,
Yeah.
but I would always, there was always one house.
I'm more of a caramel apple girl.
Caramel.
Ooh, I don't like caramel.
Why?
don't
It's so
know.
delicious. Too sticky.
My dad was a diabetic, so he kept sugar away from us like half our lives. So when we started getting sugar, we were like,
Like, this hurts my soul.
yeah, I would get a headache biting into
like I-
Says you with
a
the
Dunkin'
Coke
Donut.
can.
Yeah, yeah.
How many
This
grams
is the
of
only
sugar
sugar
are in
now,
that?
like-
High
Yeah.
fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, this is the only sugar I eat because my mom
Acting like
was-
Beavis. Whatever he
Your
has.
parents
Drink
are
Oreo.
Yeah, but
Don't ever drink my Kool-Aid then. You might die.
yeah, I forgot that donut place that's downtown now.
Krispy Kreme?
Krispy Kreme, but
Kreme.
I bite into that I get a headache for that, and I was like, oh.
Krispy Kreme.
But yeah,
That
drink-
diabetic, pre-diabetic coma right there.
But yeah, something I'm a little disappointed about. Like Greg said, I'm a big fan of fall and the October time, and it's a little disappointing because yearly, me and my friends would always hit like haunted houses. We try to go
Yeah.
far, like New York, PA, and with COVID, they're more than likely not going to be open.
Wait, like actual haunted houses? Or
No,
what?
like the
Like
ones.
the
Oh,
scare,
okay,
the-
okay,
the scare
okay.
attractions.
Yeah, the scare
like, yeah.
attractions.
You ever
I
been
bro-
to Eastern State Penitentiary? That's the one in PA.
Yeah,
I think I've been
I
to
have-
two in PA.
I have
yeah,
been to that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I've
That
been
one's
to
a
a
really
couple
good
there.
one. I mean, I think they may still do them this year, but they may limit the amount of people that they have going through at a time. So. Yeah. This was gonna be the last.
Yeah.
Thing before. What was I saying? Scare attractions. I don't know. Yeah. Like I'm hoping that they still have them. I don't know. Like I said, you could still do it with people with masks. Just limit the amount of people going through each attraction at the time.
Happening this year. Who thought drive-in haunted houses was a good idea? That's a
Oh.
horrible idea.
You see a guy
That is a
in a
cat.
ghost outfit. Come
It's
again.
just- it's gonna be lame, but it's just like, why would you do that?
I
You're
went
giving
to-
the power. You're giving too much power
Someone's
to the
car is
people.
definitely gonna get scratched.
Like I went to one very similar to that. So it was a haunted hayride. Ooh. And and it's just as scary as you could imagine it. Being not scary at all because you're just driving through the entire thing.
Was the smell scarier than anything?
Pretty much because like all the actors that they had were just a bunch of like college kids, and you could tell they were college kids because they all had their hoodies on that said what stupid college they went to, and then they were just wearing their mask, and they would just run up to the car and just like tap it or hit it or like it was the most non-scariest bullshit ever.
That's why I always make sure I read the reviews.
Yeah. So if they even try to make a drive-in one, it's gonna be just as lame as the haunted hayride I went to.
I know.
These things you need to walk through and experience. You need to be in that atmosphere, like you know what I mean.
I know.
Driving through it is not the same effect.
I know. We got to wrap up soon. I just want to tell one story before we wrap up. I never went through this haunted house. I actually don't know where it's at. I saw it on like one of those like the Travel Channel, like 20 top scariest haunted houses. There's this haunted house, it might be in the West Coast, where they have the attraction. They actually have a real casket, and you lay in a casket. They close it, and then they have like this thing where like you hear the grave diggers talking, and then it's like it starts moving like you're in the hearse, and then it's like supposed to lower you down, and then you get like the smell of grass, and I just go, white people. Because no way in hell I am playing with that. I do not play with death like that. Hell no. And then they actually had, there's like a hidden camera in there. And there was this white dude. He's like crying. He's like, let me out. Let me out. And I'm like, oh, that guy's not getting none tonight. Okay.
Crying like a little bitch.
Believe it or not, 2 or 3 years ago, I was actually put in a box by a haunted house.
Nice.
Were you that guy?
No, I was not that guy.
Crying.
Nope.
Absolutely.
Like Bane puts you in like there's like this one part where you go into like it's like a confessional booth, like you're in this church that's been taken over obviously by like some satanic cult. So they put you in like this confessional booth, but it's really cramped and small, and then it turns and then you feel yourself moving through like a whole tunnel and everything.
Yeah,
it's
I've been
completely
there.
dark. Like Bane is great. Like if you guys ever go and Blaine splits you up, like, cause so I went with like one of my exes, and we pretty much did that whole thing by ourselves. Like I didn't see her only at the very beginning, and then they split you up. There was like 5 different doors. They were like, you go through this door, like she goes through this door, and then I didn't see her until like the very end of the entire thing. So. If you like haunted attractions and you like being split up and you want a good scare, I definitely recommend Bane. Eastern State Penitentiary is a good one. I forget the name. It was on a farm and it took you through this long ass maze, and they had like chainsaws and all this other.
I've
good
been to
stuff.
that one too, and I can't remember the name.
I can't remember the name either. Was there a part where there was like a bus you had to go through?
Yes.
And
I
Freddy
remember
Krueger
exactly
opens the bus.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we definitely been in the same. I wish I could remember the name of it, but that was a really good one though. So I'm hoping this year we can have all these cool, crazy haunted attractions.
Guys, I know that attraction you're talking about. It closed 50 years ago.
The one you love. You've been watching an episode of Ghost Haunt. But yeah, we'll see. I think that's about it. That wraps up everything.
Yeah.
Appreciate everyone. Once again, thanks everybody for watching, tuning in. Thanks to Greg, Stark, Yumi, Dragoff, Christian, AJ behind the boards. We'll see you guys next week. Love you. Goodbye.
Take care.
Howdy.